There is a principle of the kingdom of heaven that goes like this. There was a king who decided to have his taxes audited by collection sites. And as this started, there was a chief tax collector of one of those sites brought up before him who owed $10 million but didn't have a penny of it to pay. When the king found out that he had no money to pay back what was owed, the king commanded that he be sold as a slave. Then his wife would be sold as a slave. Then each of his 10 children would be sold as a slave. Upon hearing this, the chief tax collector escaped from his guards, ran to the king, fell down before him, and begged him to not do that, because he would pay back all of it, everything that was owed, to the penny. The king was touched and had compassion upon him, to the point that the king did forgive him of the $10 million debt. He removed him from his rank as a chief tax collector, but he did allow him to go free without having to pay anything. And so off he went. Now the chief tax collector, as he left the king's presence and entered into another room, saw the line of other tax collectors. Then he recognized one of them who owed him $1,000. So he runs up to him, he grabs him by the throat and says, "Pay me what you owe me, now!" Well, the tax collector dropped to the floor and begged mercy and pleaded, "Please, sir, give me time, and I will pay you back. I'll pay you back every penny." But the chief tax collector would not. He instructed the guards to throw him into debtor's prison until he paid what was due. The other tax collectors who were waiting in line were appalled by what had just happened, and they were very sorry for the tax collector who was thrown into prison, because he was an honest man. So they proceeded to tell the king what had happened. The king got furious, and he ordered that the chief tax collector come back before him. When he did, he pointed out that and said, "You are a wicked man. I forgave you all that you owed me, the $10 million. Should you have not forgiven this man what he owed you?" Then he ordered that the chief tax collector be given over to his special tormentors until he paid back the debt that was now owed the king. And thus it shall be so.